First, the intense pressure on the NHS as the entire health and social care system in Derby, Derbyshire, Nottingham and Nottinghamshire is on the highest state of alert tonight. Some trusts in the East Midlands have been in that critical incident status for days. Some routine operations have had to be cancelled, with no early end in sight to the strain on the system, which is being felt across our region. Here's our health correspondent, Rob Sissons.
Relentless demand, just 3 days into the new year. Getting through Christmas was tough. January's already proving even more difficult. Every hospital trust is struggling with increased demand, shortage of beds, problems getting patients out and staff sickness. The head of Lincolnshire's hospital says it's the worst winter he's known.
I've been in the NHS 40 years now, and talking to my colleagues, nobody's quite known anything like this. The level of demand that we're facing, lots more people turning up, lots more being admitted, very sick people, some with COVID, some with flu.
And a rise in respiratory illness is adding to the workload on already stretched hospitals. We hear of an NHS crisis every winter, but the British Medical Association says the level of what's happening now this year is already unprecedented, intolerable, it says, and unsustainable.
The NHS is in crisis and it does feel different this year. We have an exhausted workforce from pandemic, but also this is the chickens coming home to roost with workforce planning. We are so short of doctors.
Many of the people we spoke to today were all too aware of the strain on the NHS.
I feel sorry for the nurses and the doctors who are having to work extra hard because they haven't got the staff.
It's just phone at 8 o'clock and try and get an appointment, which you can't because they've all gone.
You can't get a doctor for money at the moment.
Have you been trying?
Yeah, but there's nobody available.
There's been plenty of criticism of the government's handling of the NHS, but the government says it's been upfront about the pressures in recent weeks and that what's happening now is unprecedented, with many of the causes relating to the pandemic. A spokesman for the Prime Minister didn't use the word crisis, but that's how some are describing what's facing the NHS right now. What's clear is there's no early end in sight to the pressure. Rob Sissons, BBC East Midlands Today, Nottingham.